Hello, geometry scholars. This is Mr. Benzel here, and we're going to be doing skill 8.1. And this begins our ratio, proportions, and similarity unit. So today we're just going to get familiar with some concepts related to ratios and proportions to prepare you for your Delta Math assignment. And we're going to go through, kind of a key vocab that you need to be successful this unit, as well as the basic algebra concept of cross multiplication, and then see it in action in some proportion related word problems today. All right, so a few terms to learn. One is the term ratio. So ratio in essence is a comparison between two numbers. For instance, at the music camp that I went to, the ratio between boys to girls was 1 to 2. So for every one boy at the music camp that I went to, there were 2 girls. And then a proportion is when you set two ratios equal to each other. So like, for instance, I may have like A over B equals to C over D. The algebra concept that I'd like you to be comfortable with is cross multiplication. I'm going to kind of show you how I like to do cross multiplication here. One common mistake that people make when they cross multiply is that they forget to distribute the 2 to both the x and the 1. To fix that problem, I put a parentheses around there. And I also like to circle the diagonals because it's cross multiplication. So I have 2 times x plus 1 equals to 3 times 5. And we're going to have just a few cross multiplication practices on your Delta Math to make sure that you are good with those. And then I'm just going to subtract 2. And then I'm just going to divide by 2. And we get that x is about 6.5. And then on this one, I'm just going to kind of do the same type of deal. So I'm going to do 3 times x plus 3. And then I got 2 times 4, which is 8. I'm going to get 3x plus 9 equals to 8. Subtract 9 from both sides. I get that that's -1. And then divide both sides by 3. So x is equal to -1/3. So sometimes it is okay to get that fractional answer, and that's fine. All right, when we set up a proportional word problem, I think it's always good to think about what are you comparing. So maybe I'm comparing, if I have like a model car to a real car, maybe it's model car to real car. Or, if I'm converting units, if I have pounds to ounces, I'm comparing pounds with ounces. Always make sure that you are using, we usually give you a ratio or a conversion that's given. And then once your ratio is set up, then you want to make sure that you are cross multiplying. So let's actually see this in action. So I have a car. My car is a Hyundai Sonata, by the way. And it gets 44 miles per gallon on the highway. So I'm just going to kind of circle my numbers here. and my gas tank holds 13 gallons. So even before I even think about setting up a proportion, I'm going to think about what am I comparing? Well, I'm comparing miles with gallons. So I get 44 miles per gallon. So that's the ratio that I've been given. And what I need to do is I need to think about setting up another ratio, miles and gallons. So let's see, it asks me how far, that's in miles, can I drive before filling up again? So I have a 13-gallon tank in my Hyundai Sonata and X miles, and I'm just going to cross multiply. I get 1x equals to 44 times 13. And hold on a second, I'm just going to get my calculator here. That's 572. So I did 44 times 13. So I can really get some good cruising on there, and go, even farther than like how wide a state like Tennessee or Kentucky is. Maybe not quite as wide as Texas though, without stopping for fuel. All right, sample problem 2. This says that Marco earned 134.40 at his job where he worked 7 hours. And if he is paid the same hourly wage, how much could he earn the next week if he worked 31 hours? So I will fix that up right now for wording. Didn't earn 31 hours, he worked 31 hours. Just like we don't give you a grade, you earn a grade. So I'm just going to set this up right now and kind of consult our calculator as needed. So he earns, so we're kind of comparing dollars an hour. And he earns 134.40 for 7 hours of work. And we want to know how much does he earn for 31 hours of work. So I'm going to do 134.40 times 31, and 7 times x. And then I'm going to go to my calculator here. So I'm going to do 134.40 times 31. That's going to be 4166.40. Equals to 7x. I'm going to divide both sides by 7. And then that gets me 595.20. And make sure that you do put units in. And there we go. So, moral of the story here, even before you think about setting your ratios up, make sure that you know what you are comparing. And it will usually give you, miles per gallon, dollars per hour, inches to centimeter, and that will tell you what you should be basing your ratios off of. And then you want to make sure that both ratios have the same order in the unit. So you don't want to do dollars per hour in one ratio and hours per dollar in the other ratio. They should be the same. So that is proportional reasoning. And thank you very much.